Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review, and quite possibly on the screen, I'm not sure, you may be able to tell that a certain Basil is still working outside. Bright red. I've pretty much been working outside since April. 90% of my work has been outside since April, and I'm still doing it, and I think I'm going to be doing it certainly more or less up until Tuesday, because the weather's supposed to be good. I'm helping another chap out that I know. So yeah, do not adjust your set. I am really this red. It's unreal. Anyway, let's crack on. Oh, hang on, I got my t-shirt on inside out. Let's pause that. I got my t-shirt in on side on. There we go, sorted. I just noticed then. Right, where were we? Oh, we started a beer review, haven't we? Yes, we are looking at a beer now that was very kindly sent to me from the Urban Viking Ale review. If you haven't checked out his channel, go and check out his channel. I'm very new to watching him. I wouldn't say very, last 6 months maybe, but I'd never heard of him before and started watching him, and I do love his stuff. So go and check out his channel. And like I say, these beers were sent to me from him. He actually sent me a box, and this is one beer that I actually had two of in the thing. So I'm going to do a proper sort of pint review of it. So it's from a brewery local to him, out of Devon, and they are Powderkeg Brewery, who have been going since 2014, and we are taking a look at their Mandarina kolsch cold brew pale ale. There we go. Don't know how well you can see that. Do I need to put that on and tone it down a bit? Let me tone it down a bit, possibly. Is that all right? There we go. Yeah, a lot of the cans have been the same, similar sort of looking artwork, but they've been good beers. It's only a 330ml can, and this is coming in at 4.4% ABV. Now it uses Mandarina Bavaria hops, as well as Hersbrucker I should say, and obviously, water, barley, wheat, hops, yeast. And this is basically a cold fermented pale ale rather than a cold IPA. And it says you should get sweet malts and get mandarin and orange from the Mandarina Bavaria hops. There we go. Light, sessionable. It also says something like that on the back. Ideal for the summer. It's hot. This is chilled. Let's get it cracked open and see what we get. Now we'll crack 2 tins. I'll probably just do the one for now and then give it a top up. So a massive thank you to Dave, the Urban Viking Ale review. Much appreciated. Did shoot his bolt a little bit. Oh my God, that is a proper wild one. We've got a wild one there. We've got a wild one, and Baz has managed to put it in a nucleated glass. This could take about 4 weeks to sort this out. This really good. This is going to be one of them. Look at it. It's wild. It's wild. I'm going to have to pause it. Back in a bit. Right, we are back after about 5 to 10 minutes, shall we say. And that's only the first can poured in, and I've taken some of the head off that. But beer in a glass, it was rather lively, and I've opened the second can as well, and that's done the same. So I'm going to open, by the time I want to get down there, that would have died off a bit. But yeah, the Mandarina kolsch cold brew pale ale. So it's a cold pale ale, if you like, cold filtered pale ale using German hops. So there we go, slightly hazy. Carbonation has died down a bit now, although there is still quite a bit going up. We've got quite a spacious head, and I will admit, after trying some of the head, it's very light, very, very light. But yeah, looks all right. Let's dive in with the nose. That is one good thing about not having a full pint. You can dive in with the nose, give it a swirl, and have a good sniff. It's amazing. You do sort of get mandarin on the nose. Mandarin, orange, slightly sweet, hoppy. And you get that feel that it is a German hop as well. There is just something about German hops that, certainly for some of them, for me, they really do stand out. Slightly fruity, possibly. Obviously, you got mandarin and orange. slightly floral. It's almost like you are getting sort of like a kolsch style thing to it. I'm gonna kind of guess that it's probably an ale yeast used in this for it to be a pale ale. But yeah, it smells nice enough. I wouldn't say it's whacking you in the chops with lots, but you are picking up them notes. So it's calmed down a bit now. Let's dive in and give the Mandarina Kolsch cold brew IPA, and as you can see, that one's done the same. Coming in at 4.4% from Powderkeg Brewery, sent to me from the Urban Viking Hour Review. Let's give it a taste. Big thank you to you, Dave. Let's dive in. Cheers. It's bonkers, isn't it? It feels quite flat now. Let's go in again. Nice malty note on the background, in the background there. Let's go in again. Let's pour some of this in. Maybe this will give it a little bit of life, and hopefully not too much. We will get there in the end, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Let's go again. Yeah, I'm gonna say straight away, it's not for me. It's not for me. It's a little bit too light for me. But I will carry on with the review, let you know what is there, what isn't, what does it for me, what doesn't. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even say pale ale. It's going to be a bit lagerish to a certain extent, but it has a session pale ale sort of body to it. I think the body is really light, very thin. There is a little bit of fizz in it. Like I say, it did sort of like shoot its bolt, and I've tried putting that in there. Maybe that is affecting a little bit of the carbonation, but the mouthfeel of the beer isn't bad. You're not getting too much gas coming, you know, carbonation sort of like ruining that mouthfeel. And I will say it's quite smooth to drink. But again, I'm not keen on that body. And even though there's flavours in there, I can't say I'm massively keen on the taste personally. So what am I getting? That's what you want to know. So we'll give her another top up. I mean, it's definitely got, I mean, it's called itself Mandarina Kolsch. And I would say there's sort of like, it's not saying it's a Kolsch, it's saying it's a cold filtered pale ale. But it's definitely got that Kolsch sort of feel to it. There is floral and fruity notes. It's easy to drink. The back end, you get a maltiness that sort of, which is odd because normally I would say the maltiness for me is generally that thing you get on the front, where it's something that comes through more on the back end for me. The front end is the hops. It's mandarin orange, which in some drinks, certain styles, I'm not a massive fan of anyway. Pardon me. There's something in the background. I'm not sure what it is. It's got to be, I can only think it's possibly the yeast or something with the hops. But there's a taste in the background that really doesn't do it for me. And that's, along with that sort of orange mandarin note, they seem quite strong. personally. But then again, like I say, I'm not a massive fan of them flavours sometimes in a beer. Very light, 4.4%. I would say it even drinks quite light for 4.4%. You don't really get any of that the ABV in alcohol or anything. There's definitely a thing in there that I'm not keen on. I'm going to put it down to the yeast, possibly. Yeah, I mean, I'll drink it, but I can't say it's one that I particularly like. But that said, this may well be something that a lot of other people like. The Mandarin orange thing, I'm not always keen on unless it's got something sort of backing it up or sort of muting it. And this one doesn't really have that. I don't mind a kolsch. So, like I said, this does have a little bit of a kolsch feel about it. And I don't mind a kolsch, but I would also say it's not my sort of favourite style of sort of lager. So maybe it's adding that into it that just adds to the, you know, you think about I'm not keen on the orange Mandarin. I'm not a big fan of kolsch. If I'm getting them elements in there, it's not going to appeal to me, but it might appeal to some. You do get that fruity floral note, little maltiness. You do get that hoppy bite, but for me, it's just not my thing. Is it a summer drink? Definitely. It's light, easy drinking. It's got them notes that on a hot summer's day, for the right person, I think it will suit them. For me, it doesn't do it for me personally. But that said, I wouldn't not recommend it. I think it comes down to personal taste. Hopefully anyone that watches my video might sort of, there'll be some that associate their taste to what I like, and there'll be some that don't and they like this thing. So I'm not going to say don't try it, but I would definitely say you need to like orange Mandarin. You've definitely got to be a fan of the kolsch style. And I would say you've definitely got to be one of them that doesn't care if it's a bit thin. But for me, there's too many bits I'm not keen on. So Mandarina kolsch, cold brew pale ale, 4.4% from Powderkeg brewery. They're my thoughts on that beer. Hope you've enjoyed the video. I know it has gone on a little bit too long. If you see it, give it a go. If you've had it, let me know your thoughts. Not for me, but at the end of the day, it doesn't mean it's a bad beer. The flavours just don't do it for me. So, like I say, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you again soon on another one. Cheers.